In today's lecture, we will talk about demographic transition and we will see how the demographic transition has occurred in different countries, especially the developing nations and the developed countries. So these are basically the changes in the population structure. Demographic, means study of human population, and transition means changes. So these demographic changes, it has 4 stages previously, but now in some books there's another stage 5. So I will be sharing the 4 stages that we have, and then I will also be talking about stage 5. So let us proceed with the demographic transition, because this is very, very important phenomena, and most of the developed nations have gone through the demographic transitions, all the 4 stages of demographic transitions, while the developing nations are going through stages of demographic transition. So before starting, again, I would like to thank Dr. Jonathan Omken from the University of Illinois, because I am using his slides again. And let us see the demographic transition. Before going into detail in the demographic transition, let us see the life expectancy in the US. It was 47 in 1900s. It was 68 in 1950, and it's now around 77 in 2000. And if we talk about latest, it's more than, I think it's more than 80 in the US. And if we talk about Pakistan particularly, so the as per the latest census that we have, the life expectancy in Pakistan is 67. Okay, so it's a little bit higher in the females and then a little bit lower, 66 in the males. So coming straightly here, what we see the trend in different countries. You can see the Japan and Germany, the population have been stable, and the population is not growing in Japan and Germany. While in the developing nations like Nigeria or Uganda, population is still on the rise. So the 2 developing nations are having a stable population, while the 2 developing nations are having a rise in the population. So we will talk about this in detail. This is the demographic transition. We have the time on the x-axis, and we have the birth rate and the death rate on the y-axis. So initially in stage 1, there was high birth rate and high death rate. In all the countries you could see this, there was high birth rate and high death rate, and overall population was stable. Then with the advancement in health facilities, with new developing of the hospitals, developing a lot of research in the pharmaceutical industry, in the medicines, the birth rate decreased. Sorry, the death rate decreased. The death rate decreased because of the better health facilities. And this is the stage 2, where the death rate just fall, but the birth rate continue with the same pace. And we see an increase in population. Okay, very important stage where the death rate decreased and the birth rate continued, and the population increased. Why? Because of the difference that was created between the death rate and the birth rate. That was due to decrease in the death rate. And stage 3, when the families realized that now the death rate have decreased, and we should also decrease the birth rate because of a better lifestyle, because of different amenities that are now available. A lot industrialization has to play a role. You can see a lot have industrial revolution played a role in this, because due to industrial revolution, that occurred in around 1850s or after, between that time, the industrial revolution. So that actually paved the way for better health facilities, for better lifestyle. And then initially the death rate decreased, and then the birth rate also decreased, because the people were having these amenities to enjoy life and not go and not having more children. Okay, and then stage 3, the birth rate also decreased because of the better health, because of the good lifestyle. And then we can see in the stage 4 what actually occurred. The birth rate and the death rate are again stable, but now they are both at a very lower stage. The birth rate and death rate are again equal, but at a very low stage, and population is again stable. So these are the 4 stages of the demographic transition, very famous 4 stages. And then there is another stage 5 in some books, or on the net you will find that. And that is that due to, again, researches in the medical field, the chronic disease are also going to be decreased. There is a cure for cancer that is being underway to be, you can say, research is being done on that. and the cancer will be cured. There will be other chronic diseases like heart attack, like diabetes. So there is work going on, and these diseases will also be cured in the near future. And then the death rate will further decrease. That stage 5 says that death rate will further decrease, and then following the death rate, the birth rate will also decrease. So we'll have another much lower population growth in the stage 5, because death rate will decrease, and then similarly the birth rate will follow that decrease. So we'll have again birth rate and death rate that will be stable, but will be again more lower than this stage 4. So if we talk about again United Kingdom, we can see it was in stage 1 around 1700, and then 1750 the stage 2 started. We can see the industrialization phase, because I told you at the time of industrialization all these healthcare facilities were developed, and then the stage 2 was from that time period, and we can see around more from 1750 till 1850 or 1900 the UK was in stage 2, and then after 1900 gradually the stage 3 started, and now the stage 4 have occurred in United Kingdom around 2000. So you can see that it was in stage 2 for around 100 years. UK have gone through all the 4 stages of the demographic transition, and now UK has moved towards stage 5 even. These are the 4 stages telling us how the UK been to different stages in different time. And if we talk about the Sweden demographic transition of Sweden, we see again it was in stage 1, and then stage 2 started by the end of stage by the 1750, and it entered the stage 4 around crossing 1950s, and now it's moving again towards but no, it started, it entered the stage 4 around 2000, and now it's going towards stage 5 as well. And you can see around almost 100 years in the stage 2 and 3. And if we see the demographic transition of Mexico, it has been in stage 1, and the transition started very late, and now it's in 1900 the second stage of transition started. But you can see just the second stage lasted only for 50 years, and it has entered stage 3. So the rate of demographic transition is now very fast in the countries where it's occurring now. And the countries which are in stage 2 or 3, they will have a very fast stage 2 and 3 as compared to the rest of the countries which pass through the stages 2, second and third stages of demographic transition. And that's the difference between the developing nations and the developed nations. So all the developed nations have gone through these 4 stages at a slower pace, while the developing nations are going through it at a very fast pace. Now, this has a very important understanding. We will see this, and how different countries that are passing through different demographic transition stages, what are the future of population age structure. We will see that what's the population age structure going to occur in these countries. So let us come to the last slide, and you can see the more developing nations are having almost a stable population, and the less developed countries or developing nations are having a slight increase in population. Pakistan have also entered stage 3 of the demographic transition, and once the countries that are in stage 3, they will move towards stage 4, and then further to the stage 5. No country in the world is in stage 1. That is very important, which I wanted to tell you, that no country in the world is in stage 1. There are certain countries in Africa which are in stage 2, but most of the countries are in stage 3, which means they have entered the stage 3 of demographic transition, which we will study in the next slides when we talk about pyramids, population age structure pyramids, and we will see that stage 3 means that population is now going or moving towards a stable phase, not increasing phase. So most of the countries, the developed nations, have crossed that stage 3, which means they are in stage 4 already at a lower birth rate and death rate, and the population is stable. And in developing nations are in stage 3, which is kind of a sign towards a stable population growth. So no country is in stage 1, very few are in stage 2, and this will tell us that population of the globe is not increasing as such, rather it's going towards a stable phase. So this is it, and in the next slide we will talk about the pyramids, and then when we talk about the pyramids, then I will tell you that how countries which have gone through the stage 4 have now a more older population, and while the countries which are in stage 2 or 3 are still having a young population, and how that old or graying of population is creating problem for the developed nations. And while the developing nations have time because they have more youth, and how that young population is a resource for those developing nations. So this is it at the moment, and I hope that we will have a good learning by the end of the next lecture, and then I will conclude the whole population lecture series, and then we will see what I already told in the introduction to the in population, that how population is a blessing, not a problem.